friends, I am Valliyammal from Department of Computer Science SF, the Standard Fireworks Rajaratnam College for Women Sivagasi. In this video, I am going to talk about the topic Quick Shot. So, this is the learning objectives of Quick Shot. First to see about introduction and working process, then algorithm with the example, finally to see about time complexity. Let us see about one by one. So, first one, what is Quick Shot? Quick Shot is a sorting algorithm that is based on the divide and conquer algorithm, and it picks an element as pivot and partitions the given array around the picked pivot by placing the pivot in its correct position in the sorted array. So, this is the working process of Quick Shot. This logic is very simple. We start from the leftmost element and keep the track of the index of smaller elements as I. While traversing, if we find a smaller element, we swap the current element with array of I. Otherwise, we ignore the current element. So, there are three steps followed by Quick Shot algorithm. First one, choose a pivot. Select an element from the array as the pivot. The choice of pivot can vary. Example, first element, last element, random element or median element. Second one, partition the array. Rearrange the array around the pivot. After partitioning, all elements smaller than the pivot will be on its left, and all elements greater than the pivot will be on its right. The pivot is then its correct position and we obtain the index of the pivot. Third one, recursively call. Recursively apply the same process to the two partition subarrays, left and right of the pivot. Finally, base case. The recursion stops when there is only one element left in the subarray, as a single element is already sorted. Let us go with an example. So, let us consider to take the 5 array elements. First, taking the pivot element is 40. So, first compare 10 with the pivot, and as it is less than pivot, arrange it accordingly. So, second one is compare 80 with the pivot, it is greater than pivot. So, 80 greater than pivot, hence no swap. So, then move to 30, and then compare 30 with pivot, it is less than pivot, so arrange it accordingly. So, 30 less than pivot, swap 2 elements, so 80 with 30. Next, compare 90 with a pivot, it is greater than the pivot. So, it is no swap, and finally end the traversal. So, arrange the pivot in the correct, finally to arrange the pivot in its correct position. So, is the algorithm of Quick Shot. So, Quick Shot, first taking the element array A and starting element and ending element. First to check the condition if starting element is less than the ending element. As the partition process is done recursively, it keeps on putting the pivot in its actual position in the sorted array. Repeatedly putting pivots in their actual position makes the array sorted. Next to see about time complexity. There are 4 cases available in Quick Shot. First one, best case. Second one, average case. Third one, worst case. And finally, auxiliary space. First one, best case, is denoted by omega of n log of n. The best case scenario for Quick Shot occur when the pivot chosen at the each step divides the array into roughly equal halves. In this case, the algorithm will make the balanced partition, leading to efficient sorting. Second one, average case. is a theta of n log of n. Quick short average case performance is usually very good in practice. Make it in one of the fastest sorting algorithm. This third one is worst case, order of n2. The worst case scenario for quick sort occurs when the pivot at each step consistently results in highly unbalanced partitions. When the array is already sorted and the pivot is always chosen as the smallest or largest element. To mitigate the worst case scenario, various techniques are used such as choosing a good pivot and using randomized algorithm to shuffle the element before sorting. And finally, to the time complexity is auxiliary space, order of 1 if we do not consider the recursive stack space. If we consider the recursive stack space, then in the worst case quick sort could make order of n. Thank you friends, then we will meet the next video.